Hi everyone, welcome to Lunch Break. My name is Allie Johnson.
I'm Lori Rolla.
We always open it up the same, don't we? My name's Allie. Anyways, we're excited to be here. We talk all about femininity, and I feel like this one is actually really important and a great tidbit. Women, listen, send it to your sisters, your girlfriends, all your friends, because this is, I feel like, really going to help all of your male-female relationships, your relationships with males, whether it's your boss, your coworkers, your husband, your brother, your dad. This is very, very helpful advice, because women and men, we talked about, our brains are different. We are made differently, created differently. And part of our feminine superpower, you know, our website is www.theprettyboss.org. And it's just because we feel like you are a boss, you are a world changer by embracing your femininity. And this is really helpful. Understanding men is like your superpower. So this is a helpful thing to understand men. But the title is Take His Advice. Take His Advice. Okay. So that's the title. I guess I'll start off. So, a lot of times women just want to vent about the problem. They want to talk to their husband, vent about the problem, but the husband wants to come up with a solution, right? We talked about this. He wants to be your hero. So you're venting and you just want to talk, but he wants to come up with a solution. So what we're telling you here today is you need to take his advice. So if you want to vent to your husband, you need to be prepared to listen to what he has to say. You need to be prepared to take his advice. So if you just want to vent, I think my mom's going to talk about this later.
Vent to another female.
Yeah.
That's the time to vent, not to the husband.
Yeah, because if you're going to vent to your husband, you need to take his advice, because that's showing him respect. And we already learned about he needs respect and you need love, right? But that's part of respecting and trusting your husband.
He doesn't understand that you just need to
talk,
vent just to get it off your chest, and then you're fine. That's how you get fine. In some, some instances, you just need to talk about it and, oh, now I feel so good. But he thinks, I have to solve this for her. I have to help her. I have to come up with a solution. And if he does, then you have to do it. So be careful.
I vented about a friend one time, which I'm not saying this is good anyway. We talk wholesome words, kind words, but I vented about a friend one time, and now my husband's like, don't be friends with her. You're not allowed to talk to her. Don't obviously I can still, but don't do that. Don't.
He'll take up the offense. He'll try and fix your problem.
Find the solution. Yeah. And I actually do have an example of this. So I was having trouble at the job that I was in at the time. And I would come home and I would complain about it to my husband. And he told me multiple times, you need to quit. I don't want you working there anymore. Quit your job. And I guess from a past job that I had left, I felt like not well. I did not want to leave this job. I wanted to see it through until the end. And so I felt that condemnation, which my mom and I were talking about. That's not from the Lord.
Nope. Guilt, shame, condemnation, not from the Holy Spirit.
And what did I do wrong? I did not respect my husband in that way and take his advice. I did not take his advice. I did not quit the job. And actually, I was in the hospital twice during that time that I did not quit. And both times I was actually really quite sick. That would not have happened if I would have just listened to my husband, who the Lord put in place to be my protector, to right?
Yeah.
To lead, to guide, to help. It would have been such an easy solution. Just listen to what my husband said.
And you wouldn't have gotten sick. And
yeah. And, obviously I should have still not gotten sick, right? Like the Holy Spirit is our healer and our helper, and we're supposed to be healed and whole, but I should have listened to my husband.
Again, when you vent, before you vent, I suggest, like we said before, call another female, call a friend, call your sister, call your mom, call your mother-in-law, somebody, and vent to them. When it's just feelings, you have to think to yourself, what am I? Oh, I'm just raging with feelings. I'm so mad or so upset or so hurt. Those are the kind of things, just vent it. And then if you still need to talk to there's nothing wrong with talking to your husband, but don't just go to him first, because then his brain says, I have to fix this. I have to be her hero. I have to be her solution person. And if you don't do it, what you're really saying to him is, well, you're not my hero. I don't want to do what you said.
I don't want your solution.
I don't want your solution. You failed. You're a big failure.
And there is a way, like if you wanted to take it to your husband first, I don't know, whatever. He's my best friend. I want to talk to him about everything. You could preface it with, hey, I don't want a solution here. I'm not looking for a solution. I'm honestly just looking to tell you about my day.
You need to pick your brain.
Yeah.
Help.
I want to tell you about my day, and this is what happened during the day.
And I just feel so good after telling you.
Oh yeah, that's good.
And that's all I need.
Because then he still feels like you're here. Because thank you so much for listening.
Just thank you for listening.
And he's just sitting there. And
yeah, and I don't even need a solution. I just feel good that you listened. You're my hero. Thank you. And then he feels like he is your hero. But if you don't take his advice,
you might end up in the hospital. I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm just getting you out, right?
You're gonna make him feel like he hasn't helped, like he's not your hero, like you're not happy, like my wife is leaving this conversation and she's not happy. I haven't helped her, and it's just not a good thing.
Right, because that happened too. Because I did not want that advice to quit the job, and so I was still unhappy, and so it was just not a good situation where I should have just listened to taken that advice.
So think before you speak. Think about your feelings. Vent it to another female, and then
be in a better place.
Yes, because even after doing that first explosive venting, the vent to the husband won't be quite as bad, and you'll have a little more management over those feelings. You'll know where you are in your head and take care of yourself a little bit. Have a cookie and listen to some praise music. And also, of course,
guard your words anyways. You don't want to be speaking negative things. You know, your words have the power of life and death. We've talked about that, of course. This is just like you're talking about your day, and maybe something didn't go so well that day, or something was hard, and of course you want to talk about that. But keep a positive perspective, ladies.
Always. Put some praise music on.
Yeah. So anyways, really good advice. Or big tip and how to understand men is you need to be prepared to take his advice. If you are going to vent to him, tell him about a problem, be prepared to listen to what he has to say, to take his advice. Even if you are going to your boss with a problem, be prepared to take his advice. You go to a boss with, hey, how do I write up this email, this parent email? I was a teacher, and I would often ask one of my coworkers, hey, what would you say in this email? Well, be prepared to take the advice that he gives you. So
I even hear it with my dad. I don't live in the same state as my mom, so I'll be FaceTiming my mom, telling her, venting, and my dad, who's sitting in the chair will overhear, and then I don't realize, but his brain is thinking, oh, I got to help my daughter. And he'll start voicing out
I don't want help. I just want to talk to my mom.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk to my mom. I'm just venting to my mom. But his brain over in the chair, next to her is thinking, how can I help my daughter? And he comes up with this, and I'm thinking,
I don't want that solution.
I don't want that solution. I didn't even want a solution. I just wanted to vent.
Yeah.
So now I realize I'll text her first, Mom, are you alone? And then she knows, go into the other room so I can vent. And it's not that I don't want my dad to hear. It's just that I know a man wants to help. He wants to be the hero. He wants to think of the solution. I don't want a solution. So it's important to figure out before you speak, to think about it.
Take his advice, ladies. Respect your husband enough to listen and to trust him and to do what he is asking you to do. So you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We love you all. If you have any questions, maybe some of this you're confused about, or you don't quite understand, or you don't see how it would work in your relationship, well, please email us. Let us know. We would love to help. We want to see your marriage thriving and blissful and blessed, in your relationship with all men. And I'm personally passionate about, if you're single and you want to be married, I believe that this is really going to help you too. Start to see yourself as a wife and feminine and the woman that the Lord created you to be. So we love you guys.